Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm happy to have you here. My name is Ranita and I like getting into makeup tutorials, reviews, swatches, anything beauty related. I did mention a few videos ago that I had this big pile of shame and I really wanted to get into palettes from that pile. So one of them is this palette here by Give Me Glow. It is the Christmas Morning palette and they have done a different version of it, so they've basically upgraded it. However, I got the old version, which is still available on their website, by the way, if you want to run and pick it up. So if you were interested in grabbing some of those palettes, then stay tuned. I did get this, and I got the Halloween pumpkin one, which is somewhere around, I can't remember, Haunted Pumpkin one, which is over there. And I have never tried any palettes from Give Me Glow, but I have tried their eyeshadows and I really enjoyed them. So this color story is absolutely beautiful, and I think that, you know, we're gonna have some fun here because this has 4 shimmers and it's got 4 matte shades, and these are huge pans. If you're gonna get the old version, you can see how big the pans are. Like, this will probably last me for forever. So let's get into doing a look. I'm very excited to do this with you. I'm going to be going in with the mattes first. Now you can see what the mattes are here, so you should know if I'm putting a color on there, you're gonna know which one it is. I don't have to stop and, you know, explain that to you because it's so simple. So I'm going to go in, I think, first with Chimney, which is the deep brown shade, and we're going to just start by adding a little bit of that over here to the ends of my eyes, and I'm just gonna work my way probably upwards here. I have put my base on, so I just want to get the color on there so you can see what that brown looks like. It's a cool toned brown. I like the way that the formula is here. It's not very crumbly, but it's so pigmented too, which is definitely a plus for me. So I'm just going to give myself a basic outline. I don't know if this is what I'm going to be sticking with. So now we have finished Chimney. I do want to get some of that shade into my inner corners, so I'm going to grab some of Milk and Cookies, which looks like a shade that's, you know, going to blend into my skin tone. Look at that, it's disappearing into my skin on the brush already. But I still want to add that in, so I'll be putting it over here. And I feel like it is kind of pigmented. It's actually showing up pretty well. But maybe I spoke too soon. It's kind of it's getting eaten up by my skin. So I guess this could kind of be like a transition shade for me, because I don't think this one's gonna show up that great. All right, let's add some color to the look now, because I think that that's what this is missing. So I'm going to go for Under the Tree. I think the shimmers I'm going to go in with are probably going to be a mix of this. I don't think I'm going to do 2 looks here. I'm just going to try and see like how I can have some fun with this. So this is a bit more of a powdery shade, but you can see how pretty that looks. Oh my goodness, I love that green. That is such a lovely green. This is gorgeous. So happy with the way that this is looking, and it's so pigmented. You can see that there's a bit of fallout that happened there. I did take quite a good amount of this onto my brush because I love the color green. It's always been one of my favorite colors, and I just love creating green toned looks. I'm going to take that and just blend that out a little bit with that first shade. I just went in with my alter ego base. If you're watching my channel for the first time, just know that this is the base that I use for every single eyeshadow look that I do, because it works really well on oily lids, and I've tested this out over 8 hours and it's kept my lids looking absolutely fantastic. So this is the color we're going in with next, Gifts Galore. I'm so excited about this shade. It's so unbelievably smooth. I cannot wait to get this on my eyes. So I'm gonna stamp this here. Oh my goodness, this feels like it could be a tinsel ball because it is so unbelievably smooth. Like, that's incredible. Like, it's a very, very smooth shade. As you can see what that's looking like over here. I think I've taken a little bit too much of that eyeshadow, but I think that this is so pretty. Like, it's very, very interesting. It has this brown shift from what I can see, and I feel that it's going very, very nicely with the matte shadows that I've already put. So it's kind of like an understated kind of green, and I'm just going to go in and reinforce a bit more of this matte eyeshadow here. Okay, so we're going to add a bit more of that here. This has a very high shine, and at the same time it's understated as a green, so it's just a really fascinating color and a very fascinating shade and formula too, because I don't think I actually have something like this, so I do enjoy that about it. I'm going to go in with the inner corner shade, which will be Pajamas. It's a gold. I feel that would look really nice because I've already got my base on here, and I'm just going to add some of Pajamas right here. So this kind of feels so smooth. Like, I think this is a foil if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure about, you know, whether this is a satin finish or a foil finish, but it feels more like a foil to me because it's just so sparkly and shiny. It's very, very festive and pretty and also understated. I kind of feel like I could do this as a look even at a different time of the year, because this is a Christmas kind of color story, and yet I'm able to kind of give you a not so Christmas kind of look. But I do actually really like the way that this is looking. I've brought you in a little closer because I want to show you how I do my eyeliner for this look. You can see on this eye here that I have a green line just here. Now this product that I've used is the sweet and sour one, and this is by P. Louise. P. Louise has acid rain paints in many different colors, and if you haven't tried them out, you are really missing out on something. This is absolutely amazing for eyeliner, and I love using it. It will last you for a very, very long period of time. So if you're someone who's looking for an eyeliner that's just going to go on for forever and a day, this is something worth checking out. So I've already got some on the brush, and I'm just going to start by doing a very, very thin line here. And if you feel like it's not giving you the color that you want or the thickness that you want, you just dip right back into the paint and apply a little bit more. But I think that this looks essentially okay. I think it could use a little bit more on the inner corner, so I'm probably going to do that. This is how much I have left, even though I've used this so many times. That's the best part about P. Louise's acid rain paints. They use them in a different way when she's actually doing tutorials on her social media. So you can see here, I've just gone in with a fresh coat, and that green has intensified and it's become what I wanted, you know, over here. It's the same kind of consistency now. So now I just have to blend it out there with the shadows, and I'm pretty much done. I'm going in with this shade over here. This is Mystery, and it's by Armani Beauty. It's a lovely blusher, one of my favorites because it blurs pores. I'm getting some on my brush, and I'm just gonna add a bit of color to my cheeks. It kind of looks like a mauve. You can see that coming through when I turn my head like this. It's not so obvious from the front of the camera, but I can assure you that that color is coming through there. And I really, really love using these blushers. They're so, so pretty. So you can see that side of my cheeks, and this one is definitely blush free. The camera picks up colors differently, so I try my best to apply colors for like more for real life, because I've noticed that a couple of times when I've been talking about these blushers, I haven't seen them show up as much on the camera. So I thought I would bring you in closer this time and show you why I like this particular range so much, because they do blur pores as well, and it just makes your overall skin look a lot smoother. Plus I like the colors. So yeah, you can see what my face is looking like. This is the completed look, and I'm so excited with the way that it turned out. The only thing that I will say is that I took a little bit too much of the shimmers. I used 5 shades from the palette, so we've used this brown and then these 2 shades here and those 2. The only things that are left are the red row over here, and then we have that silver. and I, didn't touch them obviously for this one because I had a specific kind of feel that I was going into here, and I didn't want to go with the very classic colors. Like my dress here is actually green and it's got silver sparkly things all over it, and I could have done green and silver, so that meant that that would have been replacing the golds with this. But I kind of thought, no, I think I'll just mix up the gold with the green and see what I get. And I like the result. I feel it's really pretty and I really enjoyed myself. If you buy this palette, just remember not to take too much of the shimmer as I did, because I was very, very excited and I went, and I just got a bit too much. So that's why you'll see a little bit of this creasing happening on my eyes. And it's not that it's creasing in a sense where you can't see the makeup, but you can see that kind of blob over there. And I did use a base for this, so it's just a sign that I've kind of probably put way too much shimmer, onto my eyes. But the truth is, I love the final result. I feel like my eyes look so beautiful. I love the way that the colors worked and everything. So I need to play around with this a little bit more to get more familiar with the formula. I don't think that I've actually worked with a formula like this in a very, very long time. So I do still love the way that everything worked, though I think these are very smooth, very pigmented, and you will absolutely love picking this up if you do. Now, obviously, I can probably get into another look at another time just to show you what those red shades are looking like, but for today this is all that I'm doing. So I do want to just give you the makeup details before we go. It's very simple. I went in with my Yensa foundation as always. This is in Tan Neutral, one of my favorite foundations. I went over that with my Bare Minerals Bare Pro 16-hour skin perfecting powder foundation, because I like the way that Yensa is, but sometimes I feel like this powder thing kind of gives you a more matte finish. It also makes my skin look really perfect in photos. So I've actually started using my Bare Minerals product a bit more, and this is in the shade medium 35 neutral, so you can go and reach for that if you want to. I think it works pretty well. Like, I do think I have an olive undertone, but finding that right foundation is very hard for me, so I'm kind of just sticking with these two at the moment, and I love the way that it's working, so I don't have any qualms about that. For my blusher, which you saw me apply, this is the shade Mystery, and it is the Luminous Silk blusher from Giorgio Armani. This is such a gorgeous shade, and I love the way that it showed up. I actually applied more than I normally do on my cheeks because I know the camera doesn't pick up the color unless I'm applying like a lot more. Hopefully I'm able to upgrade my camera this year. That's one of the goals. But right now I'm kind of just using this one. But yeah, I'm planning to upgrade it and get a very, very crisp, clear, accurate kind of image, so that I can show you what things look like better. Last but not least, I've gone in for Bare Minerals again, which I absolutely love. I'm trying to get more into Bare Minerals because I've noticed that their products are really high quality. I need to get their foundation because I'm very keen to see how that's going to work. I also use the Butter Drench moisturizer by them, and I like that as well. And if you want to pick things up from Bare Minerals, you can use my code because I just love Bare Minerals. Like, I absolutely love them, and I applied to get a code with them because I enjoyed their product so much. So this is in the shade Adventure. It's a kind of light tint on my lips, and I feel like it's very understated. It's nice though. You could pair this with a lipstick and you'd probably get a very nice result. But I like the way it's looking like this too, because the eyes are so dramatic. I don't feel like I need to draw attention here. I'm like, this is fine for me. This is how I like to do my makeup. It all comes down to preference at the end of the day. But this is all I have for you in this video, and I'm really happy that you could join me for this particular tutorial. I know someone was telling me, hey, get into your Give Me Glow haul, and it took me a while to do that, so I do apologize. But yeah, this is me getting into it finally. Now I do have Haunted Pumpkin coming up next, and I'm pretty excited to get into that one. I may go into another Christmas tutorial sometime next week. Let's see how this goes, because I have a lot of life changes happening at the moment, so time is becoming limited here, and I want to make use of what I already have because I have so much and I never dip into it. So this is my way of just getting into things. I'm not particularly familiar with Christmas in July, and I think this is something that I learned about after coming to the US. And I've seen so many Christmas decorations and shops that I've gone to, and it's just very fascinating to me, and that's the reason why I decided to do this video. But of course this is more appropriate for the December months in my opinion. I just thought, hey, you know, I have the palette, it makes sense, let's do it. And of course I'm also seeing Halloween in July as well, so I do have that coming up for you. That will be the Haunted Pumpkin palette, which is part of my pile of shame. It's growing smaller though as I do, you know, tutorials, and I'm sharing all of these things with you. So I hope you had fun doing this tutorial with me. I will see you soon for another one, and I hope you have the most wonderful week. Lots of love to you. Bye bye.